Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 5 loves and 5 hates. Now this is a tag that's going around. I'm not actually sure who started it, but whoever did is a bit of a genius because I think it's a great topic. So I'm so excited to share with you my 5 loves and also my 5 hates. And I definitely hate these ones. Well, and I definitely love them. So yay, I'm excited. Now, before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to hit that button. I would love to have you part of the weird and wonderful community. And without further ado, let's get into this. So what I thought I would do is start with a love and then do a hate and just kind of alternate. So I'm going to start with my newest love, and I definitely have absolutely fallen head over heels in love with this. And it is Idole Nectar by LANCOME. Now, the Idole line, I've smelt them, none of them really kind of spoke to me. They were a nice watery rose, smelled like a signature scent, but none of them really moved me until Idole Nectar. Now, first of all, part of it is the bottle. So I am in love with this bottle because it's kind of got iridescence. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but it's got these iridescent blues, kind of purples, pinks. And so I just think that the bottle is beautiful. I love the fact that it can stand up. I hate bottles that don't stand up. So I love the fact that this one stands up. But what I love about this fragrance is you get that Idole kind of signature scent worthy fragrance, but it's also paired with popcorn, there's caramel, there's vanilla in there. So a little bit of kind of interesting gourmand notes with that kind of watery, almost citrus rose. So I just think this one's beautiful. The rose, there's 3 different kinds of roses in this fragrance. What it comes across to me as is almost like a peony. So it smells like a big fluffy kind of rose slash peony type fragrance. Really sweet, really delicious and delectable. And then as that dries down, you get this delicious popcorn coming out with the caramel and vanilla, and I am absolutely in love with this fragrance. It's fun to wear, it's flirty, it's happy, it makes me feel girly. So yeah, I love it. I love it when a fragrance gives me a mood. So this one puts me in that kind of happy, flirty, I'm a girl. Well, I don't know. All I know is this fragrance gives me that happy, girly vibe, and I just absolutely love it. It makes me feel cheery, it's energetic, highly, highly recommend. Now, as far as a fragrance that I hate, I would have to give it to Angel by Mugler. So either you love Angel or you hate Angel. I'm a hate Angel girl, so I just find it really cloying. I find it slightly sickening. It makes me feel sick if I wear it. I don't mind smelling it on others. I really love a lot of Angel flankers, but as far as the original Angel, like the Eau de Parfum, I even don't mind the Eau de Toilette, but the Eau de Parfum, to me, it's just thick and cloying, and I know this sounds terrible, but it smells like a woman that's trying too hard to be sexy. We don't need to try to be sexy, we already are. And to me, Angel just really puts it over the top for me. So I know lots of you love it. I'm really happy you love it. I'm sure that you don't smell like you're trying too hard. But for me, if I put it on, that's what I think of. I don't know why, but it just doesn't work for me. So not a fan. Anytime I've smelt it, it's a hard pass. So yeah, that's all I'll say about that one. I know that lots of you love it. If you love it, keep on loving it. We can't all be the same. So the next fragrance that I absolutely love is La Nuit Trésor Nude. Now, I prefer this one over La Nuit Trésor. I'm not sure why, but I am just so freaking in love with this. Basically, it's coconut, vanilla. I think that there's a little bit of peach in there. You get that La Nuit Trésor vibe, but then it's somehow more creamy and sweet and soft and feminine. This one, it's just delicious. I've said this before, but to me, this is a very elegant sophisticated coconut fragrance that smells like a perfume. So a lot of times coconut fragrances, they smell beachy, or they smell like straight up coconut. They smell a little bit sunscreeny, and all of those things are fine, but I don't consider that type of fragrance to be overly elegant or sophisticated. For whatever reason, this is a beautifully elegant and sophisticated fragrance. I think there's peach in this too. That's what Greta Beth was saying, I think. I can't remember. I'm not looking up notes today. So, but I just absolutely love this. I pair it a lot with Pecho Yuzu by Kais. Great combination, but this on its own is so beautiful. I'm leaving this out because I want to wear it all year round because I just absolutely love it. So if you want a feminine, sophisticated, and elegant coconut fragrance, this is beautiful. It's definitely a vanilla fragrance as well. So the beauty of this one is you can wear it in the summer. If you love vanillas, this is a fantastic vanilla that I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, stunningly gorgeous. So Le NUIT or Nude, love it. So the next fragrance that I absolutely hate, like I thought it was like, well, I just don't like it. But honestly, I just don't have time for it. I'm not a fan, and it is Prada Candy. And for that matter, pretty much the whole entire Candy line. Although I haven't smelt the Candy Night, so who knows, maybe I'll change my mind. But to me, they're just boring. I know some of you love them, but I don't get it. All it is to me is benzoin and sweet. So there's nothing exciting. It doesn't give me a vibe. It's just sweet benzoin. So yeah, if you want to smell a little bit sweet, oh, put on Prada Candy. But to me, that's so boring. So it reminds me, like, the bottle's pretty, you know, the name sounds kind of fun. So it reminds me of those people that come to the party. Like, it could be a guy or a girl. So you go to a party and they're extremely good looking, they're well dressed, and you go up to chat with them and you try to make a conversation, and all they give you is one-word answers. Like, you know, like, before you know it, you've run out of questions because you get just a little bit more than a grunt from them. I have no time for that. I want to engage in conversation. Same thing with my perfumes. I want the perfume to give me a whole entire vibe, an experience. And if I can't get that, I'm not interested. So I have to say, Prada Candy gives me no vibe. Sweet benzoin, totally boring. I know some of you love it. If you do, I'm so glad. We don't all smell the same thing when we smell a perfume. So I'm not dissing you if you love it. It's just, I really can't get behind it. So the next fragrance that is a major love, again, this one's pretty new. I know it's crazy because I'm picking a lot of new ones, but I love this fragrance. Now, I've mentioned it a lot before, so I'm not going to talk about it too long, but it is Blackbird by Untamed Perfumes. Now, first of all, I love this fragrance because it's made by a Canadian, and I'm Canadian, so I love being able to support her. But I legitimately love this fragrance. So it is sweet. There's spices in here, there's rose, there's some woody notes in it. It just smells so delectable. It gives me kind of an old world, old money vibe. So I think about living in some fancy mansion like Laura Croft. I can see Laura Croft wearing this. So she's absolutely rich. She lives in a mansion, but then she goes off and does amazing adventures, and she's a woman to be reckoned with. Like, you don't want to mess with her. To me, that's what Blackbird smells like. It's super romantic smelling. It smells kind of old world money vibes because of those spices and those woods. Like, that's the images I get. But it also smells like this super powerhouse, formidable woman. So I absolutely love this. This is totally unisex. So men or women could wear this. I think it's one of the most beautiful fragrances I have ever smelled. So this is a massive love for me. Now, the next fragrance that I absolutely hate is Lulu by Cacharel. Now, I still have it. I'm actually giving it away to Jeulia. I said that I would give it to her ages ago and still haven't mailed it because I'm terrible about mailing stuff. But anyway, I still have this. Number one, bottle, super ugly. Like I've said before, it reminds me of some sort of Tampax holder or some weird container that you put bizarre things in. Like, I just hate it. Or some sort of alien-esque thing. but it's ugly. I don't like the colors. I just, it's just so cheap and tacky to me. So that's number one. Now, people back in the day talked this up so big time. So everybody wore this back. You know, if you're around my age, so I don't know, like 40s, 50s, people wore this clubbing and it was like all the rage. When I smell it to begin with, it smells like something I would like. In fact, when I first sniffed it, I'm like, this is amazing. And then I put it on and then the gagging began. I'm sorry, but it comes across as like some sort of synthetic-y polyurethane black clothing, like just a plasticky, oily, weird smell. I think it's supposed to be the incense, but oh, like it starts to like affect me in the back of the throat. This one is just a huge hard pass. It smells like a villain. It smells almost good and then it smells evil. So I think of Catwoman from Batman. You know, I just imagine her, you know, coming back from the dead, however that works. Like, you know, that scene where Michelle Pfeiffer falls out of the window. I never got it. I honestly, I hated the Batman series. I've never enjoyed any of them. They're too creepy for me. But she falls out of the window and then all those cats start nibbling at her and somehow bring her back to life. Like maybe they give her some of their 9 lives. I don't know. But the whole thing's weird. She becomes this creepy, you know, provocative villain. I think she was a villain. And puts on that terrible plastic outfit. She would smell like this. So, you know, she's all like seductive and sexy, and then all you can smell is her plastic suit. That's what you get from this. So, not a fan. Not a fan at all. So the next love that I have for you is Floral Street's Ylang Espresso. Now, the weird thing about this one is this is definitely not one that I think a lot of people would like, but I'm in love with it. It's considered a gourmand, and it does turn a lot more gourmand the longer you wear it. But this is dark and deep. It's kind of like, it's almost like a Lulu as far as like you smell it at first. To me, this one you smell it at first and it smells like cigarettes. I've said before, like a night of bad decisions. It smells like lipstick and leather. There's coffee in here, Ylang. It smells a lot like Cafe Tuberosa if you've smelled this one. So it's dark, it's sexy, it's a little bit grungy smelling. It smells dirty and bad, and I'm in love with it. I find it to be a weird fragrance, definitely challenging, but I'm in love with it. And I love the weird bottle with the cheetah business on it, and I think it totally suits the fragrance. It's kind of a sexy, like I said, like, it's a night of serious passion and then maybe a bit of regret. Like, I don't know, it's just that kind of smell. Yeah, you get that coffee. There's a sweetness in this. It's to me just absolutely delectable. I think this one has tiramisu in it too. So as it dries down, like at first you get kind of almost an irisy feel, like a lipstick feel, paired with that Ylang and really strong coffee. But the coffee gives it a slight cigarette vibe. So you get that in the beginning, and then as it develops on your skin and it lasts forever, it starts to get a little bit more coffee tiramisu with that Ylang still being present. So I love this one. I think it's uber sexy, a little bit naughty, well, maybe a lot of bit naughty, but bizarrely, like I almost feel scared to wear this because I think it smells so different, and yet when I've worn it, I get compliments. So really love this one, but it's definitely not for everyone, but definitely for me. Kind of speaks to the naughty side of me. Not that there's much naughty, but the naughty that's there really loves this fragrance. Okay, my next hate is from Hermes, and this is a hugely popular fragrance. 2 of them. It's Elixir de Merveille and Eau de Merveille. So I've smelt both of them. I'm not sure which one I hate more. but for whatever reason, and I think it's the Eau de Merveille in particular that I've put on my skin. And at first, again, I thought, oh, this smells amazing. Like there's some orange in there. Just, you know, I'm like, oh, this one's great. And then it becomes rubber latex glove on me. So all I could smell was like a rubber latex glove, like that powdery, stinky, kind of chemically smell. That's all I got out of it. It smelled like that and a mixture of glue. So I don't know what my nose is picking up because everybody loves it. If you look on Fragrantica, there's like 6,000 on one and 8,000 on the other. I think for Elixir, there's like 8,000 votes on it, and it gets in the 4s, both of them. And for me, it smells like latex glove slash Elmer's glue somehow. I do not get it. If you look at the notes, like the Elixir has caramel. It's supposed to be kind of a woody amber sweet, I think, with some orange in there. I just think it's revolting. So I don't know what I'm missing. I keep sniffing it every once in a while because I hope that someday I'll kind of love it, but so far it's a hard pass. I do not want to smell like Elmer's glue. It smells, and there's a little bit of a medicinal aspect to it, so just totally not a fan. Okay, back to love. Ooh, this one I love so much too, and it is Velvet Vanilla by Mascara. Now, I don't know why, I smell this and I instantly smell. It's a party in a bottle. It's very tuberose heavy. And it's that bubblegum tuberose. Now, if you've never smelt bubblegum tuberose, you know, when I first heard that and thought, oh, I've got to get this. It smells like bubblegum. That's not true. It smells like a bubblegummy tuberose. So there's different types of smells that you can get from tuberose. So this one is a very sweet, there's a slight bubblegum-esque vibe to it, but it's still floral. But there is kind of a bubblegum vibe, but it's not like straight up bubblegum. So it's not a gourmand bubblegum, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you're expecting straight up bubblegum, you'd be disappointed in this. But there is a bubblegummy vibe to that tuberose. It's just beautiful. There's some angelica in here. So it creates this slight whisper of green in there, which I think really balances with the sweetness of the tuberose. And then in the deep dry down, you start to get that vanilla coming out. I would say this is definitely more tuberose than vanilla, but this one is such a powerhouse fragrance. You put it on, you get this sweet tuberose fragrance. It's so beautiful, vibrant, bubbly awesomeness. But then as it dries down, it basically becomes a buttercream icing on my skin. To me, it smells good from start to finish. I love the bottle. Like the colors on this bottle make me happy. Every time I smell it, it's like this. Like it just puts a smile on my face. So to me, this is the ultimate celebration fragrance. If I have some sort of celebration in the fall and winter, or even in the spring, you can rock this. In the summer, it may be a little cloying. If it's a celebration, I want to wear Velvet Vanilla because it just makes me happy. It's a party in a bottle, and I absolutely love it. Now, the last hate. I am sure that if you've been following me for a long time, that you know what it is. I keep trying, but it's not working. Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Now this again, people think it's the sexiest thing. I keep sniffing it in hopes that I'll like it. It's less repugnant now than it used to be. The first time I smelt it, I almost gagged back then. So it was right up there with Lulu. This is so indolic. I don't know if it's the truffle in it. It's supposedly a gourmand, I think. It either gives you that, ooh, this is the sexiest thing. Like I just imagine like, you know, people that like this, I can see them like, you know, they sniff it and they start hearing Barry White playing. Like, you know, it's that kind of fragrance where it just smells like, you know, like, yeah. So anyway, I get full on zombie queen of the apocalypse. Like, it almost smells good and then it just smells rotten to me, which is that indolic factor. So it you know, you get this sweet, sicky smell that comes from the, you know, Night of the Living Dead, and it's a Halloween fragrance. Like, it's 100% a Halloween fragrance. Yeah, I can't even imagine wearing this for a whole entire day, like dousing myself in it, because I just think I would repel absolutely everyone. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. If you want to attract zombies or the undead, this is probably the way to go, because it smells that indolic. So yeah, it's pretty much gag worthy for me. So this is a no. This is a hate for now, but I don't know, someday I think I might like it. Someday I think my nose will deceive me and I'll fall in love with this, but for now, nope, definitely nope. And that is it. Those are my 5 loves. Those are my 5 hates. I can still smell Black Orchid in the air. I wished I wouldn't have landed on that one because I think I got it on my nose. So feeling a little bit sick right now, but so happy I did this. Again, if I dissed one of your favorites, so be it. Like, the reality is we can't like everything. We are diverse. But go ahead and tell me in the comments. If you hate one of my loves, you go ahead and share that. If you love one of my hates, go ahead and share that, because we're all so different and I just think it's important to celebrate the diversity. So feel free to share if you like one that I don't, or vice versa. I had a lot of fun doing this. Like I said, I'm not sure who created this tag, but whoever you are, fantastic job. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week and we'll talk to you soon.